10 reasons, not 13. Woohoo! And welcome to the Ruby Tuesday. My name is Ruben, and this is my review for season 4 of 13 Reasons, and a kind of ranking, which will be quick. So it's been quite a few years since we've seen 13 Reasons going on. We saw that initial 13 Reasons season 1 story, which I thought was fantastic. It has one of the most original stories, very riveting, very drama, and tackles topics that were necessary to tackle at the time, is still necessary now. It was so controversial that they had to remove a couple of scenes. And then we had season 2, which I thought was okay, but we kind of didn't need a season 2. And then we had season 3 with characters in there that I didn't really think we needed either. And I was again thinking, wow, this series is long in the tooth. And now we have season 4, and the writers went, okay, we're not going to give you 13 episodes, we're going to give you 10 hour-long episodes. And everybody was going to go, okay, is this going to be any good? And I have to say, my ranking goes like this: 1, 4, 3, 2. So that's interesting, and it tells you a lot about this series. Also, please don't do any spoilers in the comments below, because the episode 10, there is a lot of spoilers to be had. Remember, if you want to talk spoilers, do hit that ... and a few lines below and then talk it there.
Don't freak out.
So this series, I feel like, is a natural return to what made this series great in the first place. We have an inner monologue with Clay, and that feels right to me. It starts off with Clay a little bit broken, as you would expect, but we get to hear the narration, and he kind of carries the series, which I think is great. Of course, there are tangents that this series goes through. They often do this, where they go through left and right and different arcs that they're trying to complete and wrap up the storylines. But at the same time, they're picking up with what's happened at the end of season 3 to do with the guns. There's this whole kind of conspiracy. Someone's trying to set up Clay. And so we have that story follow suit throughout the series, but it feels much more weighted and much more grounded and much more returned to what made this series great in the first place, is because we have that narration, we have him carrying, we have him carrying the series, we have that inner monologue. At the same time, we see what's making Clay so broken is dealing with anxiety issues that I feel are more real today than ever, and they don't shy away from talking about this subject either. And we see Clay again, he's having to meet with a psychiatrist, and you get some really, I guess, some deep, dark stuff that he needs to talk about, and how he is helped by that. I think the actors around these teenagers, especially the adults, are phenomenal, especially the psychiatrist. I think he's a phenomenal actor and brings it in this series.
I look at you, Clay, and I see a kid who's paying a very high price.
I don't know if people are going to be particularly happy completely with the ending, but they've done a good job to bring it back to what it needed to be. And the fact that it's less longer, by 3 hours, means that there's less padding, there's less stories that are going to go off on a tangent, and you're just going to be wondering what was this purpose. That's not to say that there isn't padding in here. There definitely is. Season 4 has them going on a camping trip, and you're kind of wondering why they're doing that. You understand that certain characters need to work certain things out, but it does feel like it steps away from that. Again, I think episode 7, there is some padding there, so there is padding, but much less so because they have less time to deal with certain circumstances. There are also characters that are not as much in the limelight here, because we had a couple of characters in season 3 that I know a lot of people didn't enjoy, especially one that is less seen here, the girlfriend. And so now you're just kind of wondering, well, wow, you've really taken a step back with that. So you have all that going on, but at the same time, these young actors still bring it this season. They're very good at what they do. The dialogue is still very cringy at time, is still very teeny at time, but the subjects that they are tackling are good. The filmmaking in here is still very creative. At times you'll see those shots that you've come to expect from all the seasons. The way they take shots and just be creative with them. I think you've come to expect that with 13 Reasons by now, although you're still going to get that drama llama. So yeah, I mean, that's kind of a very overview of the season without going into spoilers. Do chat to me in the comments below and let me know what you thought. Which is your favorite? What is your ranking of the series? And do you think they should do a spin-off? Because there was talk about doing a spin-off. I think they should just leave it alone. I think season 1 was my favorite because it was so original, so fresh, so daring. And it does some of that in this season 4. So if they could have somehow just had season 1 and 4, that would have worked. I think season 4 only works because we've had that journey though. And so because they've brought it back to what made it work, we have a decent season to finish it off. So do chat to me in the comments below about this. Let me know what you thought. But most of all, until next time, remember, live long and Tuesday.